Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. We are in the home stretch of our many months-long journey out to Beagle Point. We're down to 185 jumps left to go before we get back to the bubble. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. We are currently located right here, and we're trying to get right over here. And our journey took us all the way out over here. So that has been the length and breadth of our journey so far. Down to less than 200 jumps at this point, so not very much longer to go until we get back. Before we get too far into this episode, I always have to remind myself to remind you guys to make sure that you help us to reach that 10,000 subscriber mark by pressing that subscribe button. It only happens if you actually press the button, so you got to make sure you take that second to just kind of go boop, or click, or whatever it is that you got to do on your mouse. And also like the video if you're enjoying the content, so that the algorithm will spread it out to more people and give us bigger chances to grow. So there, that's my pitch for the day. The purpose of this journey has been to increase our exobiology rank, as well as hopefully make enough money to buy a fleet carrier. But once we get back to the bubble, ideally we're going to take some time off from the exploration gig to do some variety stuff, give everybody a chance to kind of cleanse their palate a little bit, do some FPS stuff, maybe some base infiltration, things like that, do some mining maybe, do some trade. Not that we need the money, but it's kind of fun to run around in the big ships now that they're, you know, I have some pretty big trading ships. So those are kind of fun to mess around in sometimes. That said, I just saw the Type 8 that's coming out relatively soon, and I'm actually kind of excited about that one. I'm not particularly excited about the Viper Mark II. It's an interesting looking ship. I haven't really done too much research into it, but from what I understand, it's just another combat ship, right? Don't know. I'll have to look. I'll have to actually look into that. I have to be honest with you guys. I haven't really done a lot of research into the different ships that are coming out, what's new. I haven't really kept up much with the news on Elite Dangerous because, you know, we've been on this grind, and I have several other videos that I tried to do. But yeah, I saw the Type 8, and that's a pretty cool, I dare say, beautiful looking ship. Compared to the other cargo ships that are out there, that's a very, very nice looking ship, I have to say. I kind of want to get one just to have it because it looks very nice. But anyways, we'll have to wait until that comes out to see what ends up happening with that. I do not plan on making any purchases to get it. I'm gonna wait for it to come out like everybody else. It would be nice to get early access to it, maybe make some content out of that, but until my channel grows to the point where it's providing me with enough money to be able to do things like that, that's not really an option for me. So again, make sure you subscribe and like and help the channel grow so that we can get our channel to the point where we can start taking advantage of some things like that. Mostly looking for high metal content planets to try to find high metal content planets that have 2 biological signatures. That's my favorite thing to find in the world because it almost guarantees that we're going to find Stratum Tectonicus, and with first footfall, that's a cool 90 million credits. Easy money if you can find it. You may have noticed that my background is now here. I have to do it like this. My background is actually showing now. That's mostly because I've been finding that on certain games and in certain situations, the processing required to remove the background from behind me is relatively taxing on my system. I don't have a low-end system by any means, but it's also not. It's also pretty old. It's also pretty worn out. It's seen a lot of miles at this point, and it could do with a little bit of a break. So whatever I can do to lower the system load is probably a good thing. Okay. Not gonna find what we're looking for here. I am being pretty picky at this point. I believe we have the money that we need at this point. We have almost 6 billion credits, and I have to imagine we've gotten a fair bit more since we left the center of the galaxy. I'm not really too worried about credits at this point, so mostly we're just trying to get some distance down. We're trying to get back to Shinrarta Desra. We're trying to get back to Jameson Memorial, to get back to all of our ships, so that we can start doing some variety content for a little while before we purchase our fleet carrier and head back out into the black for another long trip. That's the plan, that's the idea, that's what we're hoping is going to happen. We just got to get back. We still have another 180 jumps to go, though, so it's going to be a few more episodes, several more episodes. It takes a little while to get this done, half an hour at a time, but that's the way we do it here. Let's see, nothing here. Wait, what? Oh, that's not, okay, it's just an ice world. They're so close together. They're so close together. I am going to say, I've said that I'm going to say this every time I think of it. I really wish that they would adjust the full spectrum system scanner. Because I say this every time because there's people who watch these videos who haven't seen these before and they haven't heard this before. I really would like them to adjust the full spectrum system scanner so that when you select a frequency, it highlights anything on the screen that matches that frequency. It makes it a solid circle, just like as if you were directly over it and on the right frequency. They really should do that to make that tool much more useful and more efficient with your time. I know they're not going to make it super automated, but at the very least, if you select the kind of body that you want, make it so that it highlights anywhere on the screen as long as it's on the screen. That would make going through the process much faster, much more efficient, much less frustrating, and it would actually make the tool useful rather than an impediment to getting things done. So that's my pitch. I've also mentioned in the past that I really wish that they would switch from a jump from star to star method of travel to a galactic supercruise method, but I don't see them changing that because the lore doesn't really support that as far as I'm aware. Which kind of sucks. I hate that they locked it into that. It would be really nice if we could get some kind of like a galactic supercruise where you just you enter a galactic instance and supercruise and stars pass you by just like planets pass you by in the system, but doesn't seem like that's something that is going to be feasible. I can't imagine that would be that hard to implement either, because all you have to do is just create one more instance that has just a bunch of points of light that pass you by, and you just navigate a 3D space that's, you know, like this. That's just like this, except it's a galactic instance, and it's filled with stars instead of planets. But, you know, whatever. It would be really nice if they made it that way. I would much rather fly around the galaxy that way than this hopping from star to star thing. Because then, as you're super cruising through the galaxy, you can be selecting stars and then using some kind of galactic system scanner and seeing if it's a star system you want to stop at, rather than just having to stop and, you know, complete randomness. You can look at the system and be like, hey, does this have this? Does this system have the variables that I think are going to make for a good chance at finding biology or finding a water world or finding whatever it is that I'm looking for? I would be much more actively engaged in the process if we had that. And then, of course, if we had ship interiors, we could be traveling where we're going and then enjoying the inside of our ship while we're on our way there. Another thing that, you know, they should be doing, but as far as I'm aware, they're not. But who knows? Maybe the brand new feature. Have they announced the brand new feature yet? I don't keep up with the news, and I don't go look at those things. Have they announced the brand new feature? Wouldn't it be awesome if the brand new feature was going to be ship interiors? Ugh, I would be so happy if it was ship interiors. I want ship interiors. I think a lot of us want ship interiors. I don't care whether it's something that's going to add a lot of gameplay or anything substantive. You know what I'm trying to say. Just like we want decorations for our cockpits, and those don't really provide any value, and you do eventually get bored with them. I also want ship interiors so I can walk around my ship and feel like I'm in my ship. I don't care if it provides any serious value. I would pay for an additional expansion if all of the ships in the game got fully rendered interiors, even if they're not like 100% of the ship. Even if it's something along the lines of, you know, it's a turbo shaft kind of thing where you turbo shaft the different parts of your ship, and all we get is a cabin and a cargo area and, you know, stuff like. It doesn't have to be a one-for-one representation of the entire ship. I don't need all that. These ice worlds, I'm not gonna waste my time on it. I personally don't need all of that. I just want to feel like I'm able to walk. I'm able to go inside my ship and have different. Because like I don't really need to walk through all the hallways and stuff. I don't need that. But if each ship had specific areas that you could go to, and preferably if each ship had things that you can do in those areas that would make your game time more productive. Not just arbitrary things you have to do, but it actually makes your play time more enjoyable or productive or something. That would be kind of cool. Anyways, we're not going to get that, so I'm wishing for things that are just wishes. I don't know why I do that. We'll see if we can find ourselves some biology in one of these systems. It would be nice if we could find something. It's been kind of hit or miss the last few episodes. We had a jackpot in the last one, which was pretty nice. But that means that realistically, we're probably not going to find anything cool for a while. We got a water world there. And some high metal content stuff. So let's look at the high metal content stuff first. Probably because I want to target the water world last if there's nothing else there. Come on, give me one more. Give me some biology. Nope. So just the water world this time. That's fine though. I can live with that. Target that. Make our way over there. It's a good 113 light seconds away. Not far enough to justify a cut, so we'll just go ahead and zoom our way over there. I don't even know that I'm going to bother with the Super Cruise assist since it's so close. Try to get there as quick as we can, get our scan done, and move on to the next system. Already at the 7-second mark. Right, almost there, almost there. Come on. All right, 6 probes. We'll do... Slowing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really need faster reloading probes. 5 and 6. Out we go. On to the next system. Start to charge. Ideally, the probes will hit before we jump. We'll get that nice efficiency bonus right before we pop off, and... Come on. Come on. There it is, and away we go. That's how you efficiently do probes when you're scanning planets like that. That way you're not wasting a bunch of time waiting for the efficiency bonus to hit, and then you're waiting for it to charge. You just have to trust that you did it right, and it helps if you have the expanded probe radius, because then you're able to get it done. Then you can be relatively certain, as long as you got vaguely close on your 6 probes, you got it. Get some fuel scooping done. Another 18 body system. We'll see if we can find some high metal content planets. We're down to sub 180 now, so that's good. Making some decent progress on our journey. Come on. Well, we got some rocky bodies in time. I know it's kind of corny and cheesy to say that, but I'm old and that's one of the songs I grew up with. Oh, come on. Seriously? I think they're around a moon and I don't feel like messing with all that, so we're just gonna move on. Oh well. As I said, I'm not overly concerned about money at this point. I'm relatively certain that we have enough to do everything I want to get done. So spending a lot of time trying to find specific things at this point is just a waste. I'm much more interested in distance at this point. Now, if we find something cool along the way, great. Otherwise, I'm not overly concerned about it. We just need to get back to the bubble. I'm ready for this trip to be over. I'm ready for this trip to be over. I'm not gonna pass up an easy, you know, several millions of credits kind of thing, but if I have to spend too long in the system scanner to find it, it's not worth it to me.
Fuel sweeping complete.
Trying to make sure I get out of the plane of the system because it becomes very difficult. I don't want what I'm looking for to get obscured by the star. Got lucky that that one was just outside of the star there. That there, no biology so far. You can see up in the top right of the screen where it says features, it'll say biology there if we find any. So far it's been none or geological. Geological is not particularly helpful. There's a water world there. Looks like we got more icy body. Everything around this moon is probably going to be icy bodies. So let's try to do this one. And see if we can get some... Nope. It's all icy bodies. We got one more gas giant. I know I'm spending more time here than I really want to, but it's one of those in for a penny, in for a pound kind of things, and I've already committed to doing it, so now it's just like, just do it. Okay. This gas giant is right there in that nice zone where you're going to have high metal content, or rocky bodies anyways, high metal content, rocky bodies, things like that. But nope, that's it for that. We do have a water world here, so we'll go ahead and get that guy. This one is 765 light seconds away, so I will see you guys in a second. Alright, almost there. I always try to give you guys a good view of the planets as we approach them. It's a nice little binary little planet or moon system here, or something like that. We're being slowed down a little bit by the gravity from that other body, but we're going to make it work. Get close enough to scan this guy. Almost there. And let's see here. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next system en route. Charge the frame shift drive. I'm going the wrong way. Efficiency target. There it is. All right, off we go. We'll get a few more jumps in, and if we don't find anything cool, we'll find a place to land and set down for the day. So cross your fingers and hope that we find something cool. How many bodies do we have in this one? Okay. That's the plane. A lot of bodies in this one. Get ourselves down over here so that we are not having the star in the way, hopefully. Throttle down, and into the scan we go. So, we got one there, nothing. One there, nothing. Something there. Rocky body. So far, nothing. We're just going to go ahead and let that one go then. Off to the next system. It's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's more likely than not that you're not going to find anything cool on these high body count systems only because when you start getting into like 25, 30, 40 bodies in a system, that usually means that there's another star that's pretty far away and there's a bunch of bodies around that. So only half of what you see there is going to be interesting. And in my personal experience, it's been that the system that's further away that you're not going to spend the time to go get to is usually the one that ends up having the cool stuff around it when the system is set up like that. So when I see 30 some odd bodies in a system, more often than not, I'm like, we're probably not going to find anything here. That's been my personal anecdotal experience. There's no numbers to back that up. That's just kind of the way it's gone for me. That's all I can say about that. Geological, very nice. More nothing. More nothing. Got nothing there. Somehow I didn't get around the star, but that's all right. We're going to have to move around a little bit to get to that one. Nothing there. Nothing there. No. All right, so what we'll do is we need to pull up this way to get out of the plane of the system so I can actually see that last body that we missed. Ideally, that's far enough. Looks like there's an ammonia world here, or an Earth-like world. It's probably an Earth-like world, given where it is on the spectrum. Come on. There's more content planets here. So what is this? Water world. For some reason, I thought that was going to end up being an ammonia world, but I guess not. Nothing there. Some stuff here. No. 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 Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab that water world then. Our third water world, it's still better than, oh, see what I mean? Look at, that's what I'm talking about though. You see, 266,000 light seconds away. So when you start having, a lot of times, it's kind of frustrating when you start having large amounts of bodies, because it usually means that, you know, a good portion of those, or half or more of those, are going to be far enough away that you're not going to waste your time going to get it. So you end up spending the time to scan those things for nothing. It sucks. It's really frustrating. All right, we need to start looking for a place to land, actually. When I start looking for a place to land, I'm typically looking for, you know, less than 20 bodies in a system, because it means that I'm more likely to find something that's close to me and not 200,000 light seconds away. So we'll keep jumping until we find a system. If it's just 2 bodies, it's a binary star system almost all of the time. Nowhere to land here. We'll jump to the next one, and hopefully we'll find something with, you know, 14, 15 bodies in it. That generally gives me what I need for a landing. As I say every time I mention it, you don't need to land. There's no reason you can't just log out in space. I just personally prefer to find a place to set down when I land for role-playing reasons. So, that's why I do things. Hopefully this next system's going to have what we need. But I mean, even if it doesn't, if we jump another 5 or 6 times before we land, that's still closer distance to where we're trying to get to. I just try to make sure that we finish our episodes in about 30 minutes or less. That's kind of my goal. 22, okay. I'm gonna go down this way. Hopefully that's far enough to get outside of anything that, or get outside of the star there. Nothing there, nothing. Oh, we got a biological there. So we'll go ahead, if we don't find anything better, we'll go ahead and land there, because it's better to find something than it is to find nothing. Another biological there. Another biological there. There's a lot of bacteria in this system, it looks like. So just need to keep on keeping on. Another single biology. No. Any more? All right. Now there's another one. There's another couple here. Still more. Is it this guy? Looks like we got one more. Oh, there we go. 4 biology. So we're going to head over to this guy, because he's going to give us a lot more than just the single biology that we were going to get in the other one. So unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, this is going to be a slightly longer episode, because it takes a while to get through 4 biological sources. So sorry about that. I will put a cut in, though, so you don't have to watch me zoom into this part. All right, welcome to our 4 biology planet. We need to slow down here so we can get our scanning done. We need 4 probes for this one, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we'll wait for the probes to hit for this one, because we want to get our heat map all set up. Sorry for the rubbing my eyes, but I'm the kind of person that has oily skin, and it gets in my eyes, and it gets a little. All right, what do we got? Bacteria, stratum, protects tussock. Looks like I'm going to pick the stratum here. And since I never turned on the Super Cruise Assist, I don't have to worry about turning it off this time. I think I'm going to fly around more without the Super Cruise Assist. It doesn't really help unless you're trying to dock at a station, and then it gives you the quick dropout option, if you can figure out how to do that. It seems to stop at around 6 seconds at the 3/4 throttle, rather than the 7 seconds that Super Cruise Assist does. So I don't know. They seem to want to punish you for convenience in this game, and it's really annoying. All right, we'll hop down here. Maybe. We can get slowed down fast enough. I wasn't sure if I made that. I wasn't sure if I made that. I felt like I was going too fast, but looks like we made it okay. All right, so ideally, we'll be able to find everything, or most of the things that we need right here in this little spot. I don't know, the terrain here looks like it kind of sucks. I don't know. Get our night vision turned on because it helps to contour objects on the ground. It makes it easier to spot things. That looks like it might be stratum, but I can't tell. Whoa. Oh, that felt weird. Alright, this is our stratum here. Go ahead and grab this. Get 2 more of those, and we'll grab all of our samples as quickly as we can so we can figure out what we have on this planet. This looks like stratum tectonicus to me. Don't usually find that with other stuff. We got our first footfall. I can't believe we just found stratum tectonicus with other stuff. My experience, I know it can show up anywhere, but my experience has been that it's very rare to find it with anything more than just 2 biological sources on a high metal content planet like this. So I'm aware that it's not the only place it can show up, but this is the first time either ever or in a while that I've seen it show up anywhere other than by itself. So it's just very weird to me. All right, now the trick is, can I find? There's some more right there. Now the trick is, can I find some more? Okay, so making sure that was actually stratum tectonicus before we waste time landing. Go. Yet another feature that I'm going to continually talk about is I wish they had a hover in place option that allowed you to hop down and just drop the circle there while it's hovering in the air. That way you don't have to worry about landing. You can just go where you want, put it in auto hover mode, and then hop down, grab what you need, hop back in, and be done with it. But again, that's a convenience thing that they don't seem to want to give you. The developers for this game seem to have a penchant, whatever word you want to use for that. They seem to have a desire to make things hardcore. All right. But they do finally seem to be fixing some of the engineering grind, which is nice. All right, this is what we're looking for right here. Ideally, that's far enough away. We'll grab this, and then we'll grab the tussock that's right next to it. I don't remember what the third thing was. I think it was for Frutexa. And Frutexa was supposed to be in the same general region as all of this stuff, but this is clearly tussock. I think. Well, this might be Frutexa. I actually think this is Frutexa. No, that's a tussock. Okay. You can tell if it's tussock or not because tussock looks like grass. Frutexa looks a little bit more like flowers, I guess. But some of the tussock and the Frutexa look very similar, so it can be hard to tell sometimes. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip back around because I know I've seen more back in the direction we just came from. So rather than continuing on and hoping for the best, I would rather fly back in the direction we came from and have it for sure. So right there's some. I haven't seen any bacteria yet. When in doubt, land on the tussock, because the tussock is usually going to be in a flat spot anyway. So a lot of times it makes sense to just land in the grass. That way you can just hop right out of your ship and scan it and hop right back in. This may be the last thing we scan because I haven't seen any Frutexa yet that I could tell was Frutexa. I think it's all just tussock and Stratum tectonicus. And if we don't see any bacteria on the last part of this, then I'm not going to waste time looking for it, because it means it's either spread out far enough away that it's going to take us forever to find it, or it's the same color as the terrain, which is going to make it very difficult to spot. Slow down, slow down. Where's that? There it is. I knew I saw it. Come on. But to be perfectly honest, the money we just made from the Stratum tectonicus made landing here completely worth it. So we're going to go ahead and just be done now. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so now, because we are trying to reach that next milestone of 10,000 subscribers, and that can only happen if you actually press those buttons, so be sure to do so. Channel members get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click the join button, check out the list of options available there, and see if any of those are right for you. If not, you can always leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this channel into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys have enjoyed the adventure so far. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.